we kind of at times as a generation feel like we just sprouted out of nowhere and we're the first people to do anything, and we're the first people to fight for certain things or talk about certain things. And even with our book, when it came to sort of interviewing lots of different women about what they were doing, for us it was really important to look backward, because there are so many women who have been erased in the process of just throughout British history, black women that have been erased, that had it not been for their work, we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing now.
The current generation need to see alternative narratives. They need to see that it is okay just to be doing a kind of, in their eyes right now, maybe a mundane job and just getting on okay, just having 2 kids and a house and whatever the case may be. Just that's cool. You don't have to be like super successful and rich in that sense. Everyone's got a different journey. So I feel like shifting the black narrative is going to have a knock-on effect on the generations after, because it allows them to explore different pathways.
Channel U was an enormous kind of space and platform and cultural kind of cornerstone for a lot of people. Why isn't there any kind of real documentation on its existence, or any kind of real writing or journalism around it? Because it's a really big thing that launched a lot of people. So it was things like that. I used to write about those things I felt were just gaps in the kind of tapestry of British popular culture. But it's interesting that now I do feel like it's slightly more politicized, which is a good thing. I feel like I'm more conscious of the fact it makes a difference. Whereas back then I was just like, I'm really interested in this stuff and I want to see it. And that's why I started.
I remember going to the cinema and watching Detroit, that stars John Boyega, and being vexed at the end of the screening and just being like, why is it that at the end of the films, like, we've got to die, or there's some negative, sad trauma that's attached to our story? And, not to say that my story doesn't also have trauma, but I wanted to make sure that at the end of the story that people could see that I turned my life around. And, after getting stabbed 7 times, like, you can have a life after that, and you can make good decisions, and you can be a role model. People like us in the audience, when we are vulnerable, when we do talk our truth, when we do try and shift the black narrative to something that's positive and try and give options out, we save lives. And I feel like, this is something, and we give hope and we empower. And so, I just want to encourage everyone that's watching now.
I feel like the main ideal everyone here has reiterated over this whole conversation is they write from a necessary point and place. And I feel like that's what I do with my work, and I've seen it in everyone's work here. We write from necessary places, and the work that we do has to be done.